Hey, you guys. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Or if you're new here, welcome to this channel. On this channel, we try to cover all things reality, TV news, and gossip, as well as trending topics. And every week, we do a Sister Wives recap of the episode that aired that previous Sunday. So this past Sunday was the Sister Wives season 18 one-on-one tell all part 2. So we're going to be doing a recap of that today. And the recaps that I give are a really in-depth recap. Like, I watch other channels sometimes do recaps, and they're very, like, quick recaps, like 10-minute recaps. I give the full recap, like, basically the whole show, and the reason that I do that is for those that can't watch the show, they have a way to at least kinda keep up with what's going on, and also for those that do watch the show, they can come here and be in the comment section, be in the chat, and talk with others, talk with the community about the episode. I'm sitting here going over the entire episode, and you guys in the chat can kind of talk about, what happened this past week. So that's what we're going to do. I don't want to watch it. Elle is queen. Oh, thank you, Abby. I give the full rundown, you guys. So usually these streams, they are a little bit, let's be real, talk about Cody. Basically, that's what it is. I do apologize for being late. My camera had gotten knocked down. You guys, my office is full of boxes right now, Christmas time, and all of my kids' gifts are basically in my office. So walking through here is like trying to walk through a maze, and the camera got knocked down, so I had to get the camera back up and working. So let's give a quick rundown of last week's episode. All right, real quick. Last week was part 1. All right, last week, part 1. Cody said the blame of his relationships with his other 3 wives not working is strictly due to him not being in love with the other wives. He says he should have vetted the ladies that he was marrying. So he does. I mean, is he blaming himself? I don't know. I mean, it seems like he kind of is in like a roundabout way. He's not saying, he said the blame is strictly, in not being in love with the women that I married. I did not vet them. So he doesn't say I made a huge mistake because I just married, which you guys, I was watching episode 1 the other day because I was going back to look to see if Cody was wearing a ring in episode 1. And while in episode 1, he was not wearing a ring, in episode 2 of the first season, he was in fact wearing a ring. But either way, in episode 1, he talked about being in love with these ladies. He did. He talked about how he hoped that his children would marry for love because that's what he did and that's what he believes in. His story has absolutely changed as to whether or not he loved these ladies. Now all of a sudden it's like, well, I wasn't in love with them. I just believe so strongly in the idea of being a polygamist that I just jumped right in with like the first woman that showed me attention. Basically, is what he kind of implies now, and that the only wife that he ever fell in love with was Robin. But back then, he was singing a different tune, 1,000%. And to watch episode 1 and see him kissing Meri and being lovey dovey with Meri, and for us to find out now that even in season 1, episode 1, they were not a like legit married couple. They were not sleeping together. Things had already went awry before season 1. So we were basically lied to. We have been lied to. That's the way that I feel. I feel like we've been lied to, and even from the very beginning, we were lied to. So yeah, Cody says he did not vet the ladies that he was marrying. He was not in love with them. Christine reveals the moment that she knew that Cody was in love with Robin and how much it hurt her to realize that. Meri said she knew that Cody was in love with Robin, but thought that Cody could manage the other wives. She said that it was unfortunate that all the other wives were thrown to the wayside. We saw the clip of the big fight between Cody and Janelle, the one that happened right before Christmas. The one where he refused to stop by the B&B to see the kids for Christmas. He was mad that Janelle was spending the holidays with Christine. He felt betrayed by Janelle, felt like she chose Christine's side over his. Janelle felt that Cody was asking her to choose between him and her kids, which obviously she's like, all day long, I choose my kids. Also, in last week's episode, Christine pointed out that Cody is jealous of her and Janelle's relationship. And she feels like he is finally getting to see what it's like to be a sister wife, to care for someone, but seeing that person that you care for spend all their time with someone else. She's like, "This is what it's like to be a sister wife. Like, here it is. This is the way that we felt for 20 something years." Janelle shares that after the fight, her and Cody did not speak for a while, and Cody did not even try to reach out to reconcile with her. Cody says that Janelle is not in love with him, just his nice body, his great pecs, and his great abs. Sookie asked Cody if he felt like a resource for Janelle. Like, do you feel like, you and Janelle are in love? Like, or do you feel like a resource for Janelle? And Cody says he felt like a piece of meat. This was the end of last week's episode. It left off with Cody saying, "I felt like the pool boy, a piece of meat." And Sookie's like, "Does that mean you guys had great sex?" And that's where it ended. So and I'm like this, if you have been married to 4 women at one time and 3 of them leave you, maybe you're the problem. I don't know. Maybe you're the problem, but whatever. Is there such thing as a real reality show? No, probably not. I think it's probably ridiculous to expect that, a reality show be based off, their reality, apparently. Is it again? I don't know. Is it? Let's look. I mean, I have some right here. You guys want to see what is it made out of? Mechanically separated chicken, water, salt, corn syrup contains 2% or less of beef, pork, dextrose, dextrose, natural flavors, sodium nitrate, garlic powder, broth, chicken broth. That's less than 2%. Y'all don't know why I got these in my office. Listen, I put these in my office because of David Easton. I was gonna put them up in the back over there. Anyways, let's get back to Cody. Okay. Can't wait to talk about how Robin knew about the ring. She is such a liar. Anyways, this week's episode picks up with Sookie asking if Cody and Janelle just had a great sex life. She's asking Cody. She's like, so what does this mean that you felt like a piece of meat? Does that mean you guys just had a really great sex life? And Cody says no, that it was a loving relationship. And sex does play a part of that. But that Janelle was the one that asked to be in the family. So she had to have some. He's like, listen, we did have a loving relationship, and sex is a part of that relationship. But she's the one that asked to be in the family. So she had to have some reason for asking to be my wife. And Sookie says, maybe she loved you. Like maybe that's why she asked to be in your family, because she loved you. And Cody says, no, that's not it. I know she was attracted to me. It wasn't because she loved me. And I'm like, that is the wildest thing to say. Like, the woman wanted to marry me for some reason. And she's like, well, maybe because she loved. No, not because she loved me. No, not at all. Like, what? That's the weirdest thing. Let's see. I don't even know where we're at right now. Let's see where this little clip is at.
Meri, Janelle.
Oh, never mind. That's music playing, so we can't do that.
Yeah. Sex is part of it. That's not a focus.
But was it a physical relationship where you both were just attracted to each other?
No, is that there was I don't know. She asked to be in the family. Whatever.
Well, duh, she asked to be in the family because she wanted to be with you. So she has 6 kids with someone she didn't love, right? And let me tell you something. Do I believe that a man could have 6 kids with somebody that he is not in love with? Yes, but here's the thing. Women are much more emotional and they need that emotional connection. I don't know a bunch of women that are going to have 6 kids with the same guy and not be in love with that guy. I really don't. I don't see that.
For what reasons she thought was in this, but it was
because she loved you.
No, she was attracted to me. I know she wasn't in love with me.
Like what? What do you mean? How do you know that? You're such a dummy. I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like that he's like, no. Anyways, we jump over to Janelle. Sookie asked Janelle if there was physical compatibility between the two. And Janelle says, yeah, there definitely was. She's like, yeah, I'm not going to deny the fact that there was a physical compatibility between me and Cody, but that was not the only thing there. Janelle's like, listen, that's not all there is to a relationship. It's wild that he thinks that. But Janelle does confirm that everything was very good in that department of their marriage. Sookie asks if their makeup sex was great. She's like, so, would you say that y'all's makeup sex, whose makeup sex isn't great, anyways? But Janelle says, yes, absolutely. Yeah, it was great. We then jump back over to Cody. He says when he was asking Janelle if she wanted to reconcile, he felt like he was reaching out to her in an attempt to save the family. Sookie asked him, then why didn't you ask her not to leave? Like, why not say, hey, honey, I love you. I don't want you to leave. I really want us to work this out. And then take steps. Plant lady, I looked over and saw your comment and I saw you say, don't pow me. And I'm like, oh God, what's plant lady saying? And you said, but I really like, and I thought, she's going to say Cody. Plant lady's about to say Cody. You said, no, not Cody. Potted meat. You really got me with that one. I literally thought you were about to say you like Cody. I was going to, hey, listen, there's people that like Charles Manson for crying out loud. So I'm sure there's a couple of people that like Cody. You know what I'm saying? But you did scare me there for a second. So anyways, back over here. She's like, you know what? Why did you not say, like, hey, I really do love you and I don't want you to leave? And Cody says, I was not in that place where I wanted to pursue her. I was still feeling betrayed by her. At that point, we had not talked in like 4 weeks. He said he was on a fine line of wanting to fix things just strictly because of the family and the fact that they are polygamous. He's like, listen, I wanted to fix things because Robin wants to have a polygamous lifestyle. This is what we've had, but I felt betrayed by her. So I also was kind of to this feeling of being the point of no return. Like he's like, there was this one part of me that wanted to fix it, wanted to reconcile, but it was strictly because of Robin wanting that lifestyle, and that was the lifestyle that they've known. That was his identity. And he knew once he lost Janelle, well, him and Meri don't have that type of relationship. I mean, maybe Meri thought that it could happen, but he definitely knew that it wasn't. So he knew once Janelle was out, like what he's been for so long would no longer be. So I think that was really the driving force in him even asking, do you want to reconcile? We should reconcile. Because he really did not put any effort into them reconciling, and Janelle noticed that. Janelle says that she doesn't think Cody really wanted to reconcile. She said it was more about the promise he made to Robin that they would be a plural family. And it would also bruise his ego to have another failed marriage. She said Cody has never come to her in a sincere way saying, I love you. I really want to be with you. Janelle said Cody's relationship was no longer a deeply connected relationship, but more of a co-parenting relationship. He treated her like she needed to earn his love. And Janelle said she wasn't going to do anything to try to earn his love. Like she already did enough. I mean, she's got 6 kids. She worked for the family. She's put in at 20 something years into the relationship. If your husband is like, you need to earn my love, like something's wrong there. Like surely she has earned it by this point. Christine said the same thing, though, that she felt like she needed to earn his love and his attention. She said when Cody would come over, she would do all these things. And back then, she didn't even realize it. She said, but when it was her days on the schedule for him to come to her house, they would clean a certain way, like the way that he liked the house to be clean. She would make one of his favorite meals. Everything was like to cater to Cody. I feel like I have like a little piece of fuzz, maybe like a cat hair hanging off my nose, and I want to make sure it's nothing more. It's just the hair. Anyways, I don't have a cat. That was an inside joke, cat hair. Anyways. Okay. So Janelle said she wasn't going to try to earn his relationship. Christine said the same thing, though, that she felt like she needed to earn his love and affection and attention. She said she was used to doing all these things that she didn't realize before. She said it was normal that when Cody came over, she cooked his favorite meal. clean the house the way that he liked. They did all these things to ensure that he would be comfortable when he came home. Y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all know about the cat hair. Anyways, Meri also said the same thing, that she catered to Cody basically when he came to her house. Things were done a certain way. But she said as much as she did, Cody never noticed it. Sookie asked Meri if she thought Cody recognized how loyal she had been. And everybody has said the same thing about Meri. She's been very loyal to the family. Like, I mean, I guess minus the catfishing incident. I don't know if they're all forgetting that or if they all feel she's justified in that because Cody wasn't showing her no attention to begin with. I don't know. But at least for the last however many years since that, she has been loyal to the family. And Sookie asked Meri, do you think Cody's recognized that? And Meri said, no, not at all. Even though Cody claims to be all about loyalty. Like the things that are like the biggest is like loyalty and respect. Cody's like, if there's no loyalty there, or if you don't respect me, I don't love you. And I'm like, I love my children and my husband unconditionally. Like, it doesn't matter what my husband does, I still love him. Even if my husband was disrespectful, it would suck, but I can't just turn that on and off. But Cody could in a very weird way. Like, that's weird. If you could just turn it on and off and say, well, you don't love me, so, or you're not showing me the love, you're not showing me love in the way that I expect it. So I don't love you anymore. I'm not in love with you. That doesn't make sense. I don't know. Cody is about loyalty to him and Robin. Exactly, Kathy. He's big on talking about it. Like, Christine's not loyal. She talked behind my back. But like the one person that they all said was super loyal was Meri, and it got her nowhere with Cody. So I don't think that's really what Cody cared about because I mean, look at Meri. So yeah, even though Cody claims to be all about loyalty, clearly that is not enough because she was loyal and he did not notice. Sookie asked Meri if it was hard to see Cody be emotionally connected to someone else. And Meri said, yes. And Sookie said, it's like a dagger in the heart. And Meri said, it's like a knife in the kidneys. That I loved that she did that. But I will say that told me there that Sookie is not familiar with the show. I don't think she watches the show. Let's see if we can skip to it. Because she's like, when Sookie says it's like a dagger in the heart, Meri's like a knife in the kidneys. And she laughs. And Sookie's like, huh, yeah, I know that where that line's from. But I'm like, anybody else that would have been interviewing her would have died with her. Would have been like, what? Girl, no, you didn't. But she's like, huh, I know where that line's from. Like, clearly she knew it was like some sort of, because Meri laughed and said, I'm sorry. She's like, I know. I think maybe she just thought it was like from a movie or something that Meri was referencing. I really don't think she knew that it was from the show. Let me see if I can find that exact. And if you look at Sookie's face, she don't look like she gets it, like what she's saying.
Is it hard for you to see him be emotionally available to somebody else? Yeah. Yeah. Is that like a dagger in your heart? It's like a knife in my kidney.
Did y'all see Sookie? She's like, her face is like when she's like, it's like a knife in the kidney. Sookie's like, I don't think she got it. And I've seen so many people on social media saying they don't like the way that Sookie questions them. And a lot of people saying they don't believe that she watches. And I don't think that she does because who does not know about this part? Who does not know about this part?
Man, just a knife in the kidneys. Over.
We know, Cody. Now let's get back. Look, she's like, sorry.
That line is from. So were you in love?
Did y'all hear that? She's like, I know where that line is from. She really did not. I really don't think she did. Like, she's like, I know where that line is from.
Sorry. I know what that line is from. So were you
very quick little laugh. Do you guys think that she knew, that she caught it? Or maybe she just has a dry sense of humor and maybe it wasn't as funny to her. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it wasn't as funny to her. But I was like, I don't think she knows where that line is from. That would be super cool. I would love to host it. That would be so freaking cool. She's a vanilla baby, maybe so. Someone probably told her in her like, "Hey, this is a part of the show." Um, so back to Cody. Sookie asked Cody if he was in love with Meri when he married her, and he said, "Well, I told her that I loved her. I chose to love her. If she thought we were mad about each other, well, then we played that out." Sookie then says, "That's gonna hurt Meri when she sees this and she hears this." And he's like, "Well, we did have a real romantic experience in the beginning. We did. But there was a lot of dysfunction later." So I'm like, does he really not think that, like, it really, when he said, I pretended basically. And so he's like, that's going to hurt her feelings. It was like this light bulb. Oh, crap. That's right. Yeah, she's going to see that crap. Well, we did have this real romantic experience in the beginning. And I'm like, are you not thinking about the fact that she watches the show? I don't know. Not in a million years, Mimi. I would not let Cody slide. I would ask him all the hard questions. Why don't you call your kids? You know, everything. I would get fired, probably. I'm sure I would get fired. So after that, we talk about Meri moving her business and how she sat Cody down to tell him, and how Cody appeared to not care at all. It shows the clip where Meri tells Cody, and it shows the confessional of Cody saying that Meri and Robin are both acting like their relationships are in a place that they aren't. He called it some, I don't remember what he called it. But basically he was like, it's pretty obvious that Meri and Robin are acting like our relationships is at a place that they're not. He's like, they're acting like she's still my wife, and that's not the case. We then see a bit of Meri, the bit. We then see the bit of Meri noticing Cody's new ring. We see the bit where Meri tells him that she's not leaving him or the family, and Cody saying in the confessional, "Well, good on you, Meri. I wouldn't care if she left either way." We see the part where he says Meri can stay in the barn dominium. We see all of that in that clip. We see Robin in a confessional saying that she was hoping that Cody would respond differently because she knows that Meri can go into a dark place over this. She said she had told Meri previously that if she wanted to leave, she could. She said, "I don't want to be selfish and keep Meri here. So I told her, if you want to leave, you can." But Meri told me, "Don't ever say that. Don't ever say that to me. Because there are days that I'm too weak to fight for the family and the relationship. So those are the days that I need you to be fighting for us." So we go back to Sookie and Meri, and Sookie asked Meri if she expected a different reaction from Cody than the one that he gave when she's like, "Oh, I'm going to be moving the business with Parawan." He's like, "Oh, that's a great idea, right?" And she laughs, and Robin's like, he's like, "Oh, okay, yeah. Well, thanks for letting me know." So Meri says no, that she did not expect anything more from Cody, that she was hoping for something different. She was hoping that he would show that he cared, but she didn't really expect anything more. Sookie then asked Meri if she did, in fact, ask Robin to keep the hope and, never tell Meri that it's okay to give up. And Meri says, "Well, yeah, kinda. Years ago, I think it was like before the catfishing situation, she said she did tell that to Robin, that there were times that she struggled. And, Robin did say, if you want to leave, you can. Our family doesn't have to look like this forever." And she was like, "No, don't ever say that." She says she told Robin that she wants to hold on to her commitment, and she wants to believe that somewhere in there is the man that she married and that they would, come back together. So she said, "I said it She basically says, I said it years ago. I didn't say it previously, but Robin implies that she said it previously. Yes, Cody is still legally married to Cody. While Robin is the pimp. That's pretty funny to think about Robin as a pimp, big fur coat and rings, and that song in the background playing. I'm a fucking P-I-M-P. Oh, did I just say the word? I meant to. Did I say the F word? I think I did. Oh my God, I do not mean to. I don't drop F bombs like that. That was literally didn't mean to. I'm so sorry, you guys. Anyways, I knew what you meant, Jessica, but Cody is kind of married to Cody too. Robin like sitting on this big throne chair with a big fur coat and rings and that song playing in the background. I don't know what you heard about me. A lot, Robin, a lot. Anyways, so Sookie and Cody then discussed Robin constantly advocating for Meri and Cody's marriage. And Cody says that Robin constantly tells him that he needs to work it out with Meri, but he does not have those feelings for Meri. And it upsets him that Robin advocates for Meri so much. She's a plague pimp. I know, right? She's a plague pimp. Not a pig pimp, a plague pimp. Anyways, Cody says he will always love Meri, but he cannot be in love with her because it's not safe for him. And he says, listen, this is sad and it's heartbreaking, but it just didn't work out. He says he's not going to sit there and go into detail as to why a relationship with her isn't safe. People can think what they want. He's not going to sit there and drive the bus over her. Vroom, vroom. You're not going to sit there and drive the bus over her because you have before. Like you have driven the bus over all of them before. So I'm actually shocked that he said that he wasn't. So Robin told her she can leave, but Meri said, no, I'm staying. So could it be possible that Robin and her friend bring the catfishing in to really get Meri going? Like set Meri up? I just find it interesting that Robin allegedly like always wanted this type of family. But apparently years ago, Meri said Robin did tell her, if you want to leave, you can. Our family doesn't always have to look like this. So apparently years ago, she was fine with Meri leaving. Right? Vroom, vroom. That's my sound effects. Anyways, let's continue. Back with Meri. Where are we at? Around about here. Meri tells Sookie that the day that she was going to sit down and tell Cody that she was moving to Parowan, she asked Robin to be there because Robin speaks Cody. Now, we flipped to Christine right after that, and Christine called BS on that. She says she has known Cody since she was 18. She knows him pretty well, and she can speak Cody as well. But that Robin convinced all of them that she could speak Cody and that she could mediate their relationships anytime there was an issue. And Christine said, I even asked her to one time. Like, I even asked her to mediate between the situation between me and Cody because, like, she had us convinced that she could speak Cody. She said, then I realized, no, that's complete BS. Like, I understand him too. I know how he intends to say things and how he means things. And then we flip over to Janelle. They ate Robin up. Yes, they did. Then we flip over to Janelle. And she's laughing. And she's like, yeah, that's always kind of got to me, Robin saying that she speaks Cody. She's like, I've never felt like I needed anybody to translate Cody for me. I've been married to him for a long time, and I did just fine without Robin. Before Robin came into the mix, just fine. She said, but Robin liked to position herself as the person that understands him better. So, Sookie asked Robin, do you feel like you speak Cody? And she's like, yeah, I feel like I understand him a good bit. Like I can understand what he's saying because sometimes he doesn't have a filter and he just says things the way that he, you know, come out, and sometimes they're not meant the way they may sound. So yeah, yeah, I think I can. Yeah, I think yeah. And she goes, "But do you think the other wives can speak Cody?" And she's like, "Well, I do think they have the ability to, yes, but really, I don't think she does. That she really believes. I really think Robin thinks she understands Cody better than any of them, even though they have known him way longer than she has. You know." But yeah, Janelle laughed over this as well, saying she never felt like she needed someone to translate for her, that she's been married to him for a long time, did just fine without Robin, but that Robin likes to position herself as the person that understands Cody better than anyone else. Janelle says Robin even told her kids, Cody and Janelle's kids, that one time, like, you guys should come over and try to talk to your dad. I'll be there to mediate between you guys because I speak Cody. And the kids are like, that's our dad. We don't need you. Janelle says that that one does bother her. Robin saying she speaks Cody. She says Cody can speak for himself because he's a grown man. And I'm like, exactly. That's what I think too. I think she says that as a way to meddle into their relationships and know everything that's going on. That's the reason I think she does it. Because Robin programs him. Robin tells him how to think. Yep. Back with Meri and Sookie, we watch another clip, the one where she tells Cody that she's moving. Um, and this is the one where he's so at the house, at Meri's house, where she's like, so I'm going to be moving to Paraguay, moving the business. And he says, this is what he says in a confessional. He says, there's some cognitive dissonance about where we are as a family. He pretty much said that Meri was not part of the family. Now, Meri said that hurt her pretty bad. And maybe if he would have been upfront with her about where they stood, that she would not have been trying to be part of the family. She's like, yeah, that hurt to see him say that I'm not a part of the family. And if I would have known that, then I would have known to not try to act like part of this family. Because as far as she thought, she was still a wife. Sookie then asked Christine what she thought about Cody telling Meri that she could live in the barn dominium. And Christine was like, that was so insulting for Cody to say. Cody was pretty much telling Meri that she could hang out with all of his garbage. And I'm like, yeah, pretty much. So after that, Sookie asked about the ring thing. And Christine laughs and says it was funny. Now, here's the thing. I want to be clear. Sookie is asking, at this point, nobody knows about Cody melting the ring down. Like, Sookie doesn't know that. So Sookie's not asking about that. Sookie is asking, so what do you think about, the ring thing? Like, Meri catching Cody wearing a different ring. And Christine laughed and she's like, oh my God, that's so funny that she caught him wearing the ring and how uncomfortable it was. And I think Christine went into this. I don't think she should have. She shouldn't have told it just because it was, it's not her story to tell. And that was something that Meri has not talked openly about on the show ever. So she should have took that into consideration. But I really think Christine told the story just to get viewers to understand how horrible Cody has been to Meri. She even defended Meri, saying like that was BS. Like he shouldn't have done that. That he, got rid of something that was they had had for years. So I don't think Christine. Yeah, Christine says this isn't my business, but continues to tell the story. Yeah, she says something like, "This probably isn't my place to tell, but here we are." Yeah, so I think she definitely knew, like, well, maybe this ain't my story, and she should have not. But I guess just because she was asked, like, well, what about Meri with the ring thing? Like, what did you think about Meri pointing out this ring? And her knowing the backstory felt like, I don't know, she felt like, oh, well, let me tell this to people and it'll give people some understanding as to why Meri pointed that ring out and why Meri would have pointed it out and would have cared. But still, not her story to tell. But I don't think she meant to like be malicious. And I don't think she was laughing at Meri at all. But Meri got very mad about this. So Christine basically says, listen, Meri and Cody got married. Meri gave Cody a ring sometime either right before he got with Robin or right after he got with Robin. He decided he did not want to wear the ring because he did not want Meri to have claim on him. Rather than taking the ring off and putting it up in his house or giving it to Meri, he melted it down, saved the gold and the diamonds. Meri started noticing that he wasn't wearing it and started asking him, like, hey, where's the ring? Where's the ring? Can I at least have it if you're not going to wear it? And he goes, oh, I melted it down. Just like that. Not a big deal. Oh, I melted it down. And Christine said after that, all the wives went in together, Janelle, Meri, and Christine, and designed him a clotter ring. I think that's how you pronounce it, clotter ring. I mean, he wore that for some time, and then he took that off and started wearing a ring that him and Robin got together. She said, you know, the fact that he melted the ring down and didn't even care was pretty wild, though. Yeah, she is a wild card. You really never know what's going to upset her. I do agree. Why could they not have requested? And production is messy because y'all know production is the one that told Meri. Who else knew about it? Sookie? Did Sookie call me and be like, let me tell you what Christine told me, girl? No, production always does this. That's why we'll see, you know, uh, Janelle say something. Or like when Cody said Janelle wasn't with me for love. She just liked my nice pecs and abs. And then we flipped to Janelle in a confessional laughing. It was like, what? No, if he thinks that, he's crazy. That's because the producers tell, they tell. Like, so Cody was in a confessional a while ago and he said X, Y, and Z. What do you think about that? Roll camera. And then they catch the reaction. They are so messy. They do this all the time. I've noticed them responding to the other people's confessionals all the time. And I'm like, they're literally telling them what this person said just to get their reaction, which I mean, it makes for better TV, right? So I get why they do it. But literally, this was filmed, and then someone, production, in my opinion, contacted Meri and was like, so Christine shared the story about, Cody melting down your ring. And not only that, but they told her that Christine laughed about it, which Christine did not laugh about that. Right. So instead adding on her saying how mad she is, why not just cut it out? Exactly. She could have said, that's something that I'm not sharing. Can you guys please cut that bit out? Maybe I'll feel more comfortable next season to talk about it, but please cut that bit out. But no, instead, they brought her back. She addressed Christine and she said, Christine can laugh at it if she wants, but it's not her place. And Christine didn't laugh about that at all. She did not. But then she goes in to tell the story anyways, so right. And I don't know if they would have listened, maybe production would have, but either way, Christine tells the story. Meri is so mad, like so mad. She's like, that is not her story to tell. She doesn't get to come on here and tell my story about something that I have not shared publicly in 13 years. It's not fair. So yeah, and she was like, so I was informed that Christine shared a story of mine. Meri does go on to explain what happened and how hurtful it was that Cody melted her ring down because he did not want her to have claim on him. She says it was a very painful situation for her, and she felt like at that moment he threw away their marriage as well. She's like, who's to say in that moment he didn't melt down our entire marriage? Because that's the way that it felt to me. And she says that situation happened 7 years before the catfishing incident. She said for those 7 years, she fought very hard for her relationship with Cody, even though it seemed like he did not want to even be in a relationship with her. She said, maybe it was things like that happening throughout those years of him melting down my ring, treating me like I wasn't part of the family. Maybe it was things like that that led me to seek out a friendship in someone else. She said, because the Lord knows I didn't have any friends in my family, which is like another little jab to Janelle and Christine, in my opinion. She's literally saying, I didn't have them to talk to. We're then back with Sookie and Cody. Sookie asked Cody about the ring, and he claims, well, one day I saw the ring, I liked it, and I got it. At first, I wore it on this hand. And then after some things happened in our family and with relationships, one day I decided to take it off this hand. I took the clutter ring off, put this ring on this finger, and I did this. And I said, it's done. It's done. And he said, so Sookie asked him, so the clutter ring is done? He's like, yep, it's done. Because those relationships are over. And he goes, Janelle's relationship was the only one that I would ever consider, possibly reconciling, but the other relationships are over. So it's this ring, it's a new beginning. And I'm like, you really did that? Like, who really takes, okay. I'm going to take this ring off. Hold on, let's see. I'm going to take this ring off. Was he alone when he did it? Was he talking to Robin? I doubt he did that. I think that was a lie that he actually did that, or whatever. Dramatics. Makes for good television, I guess. So after that, Sookie asked Meri what she was seeing in Cody to stick around if he has been this way for all these years. Before the show even came on, melted her ring down. Like, why stick around? And Meri says she has seen the happy Cody Brown, the loving Cody Brown, the Cody Brown that would do anything for her. And she says she fully expected for that Cody Brown to come back. Sookie says, instead, you're in the barndominium. And Meri goes, oh, no, I'm not in the barndominium. I think Sookie, that was like a figure of speech. Like, instead, he wants to put you in the barndominium. That was like a weird. She's like, instead, you're in the barndominium. She's like, no, I am not. Like, well, no crap, Meri. What? I mean, maybe, I don't know. Maybe Sookie did think that she had taken Cody up on his offer to live in the barndominium. I don't know. Meri said she wished Cody would have came out directly and told her that he was done. He had said things that were unkind, but it never told her he was 100% done with the relationship. She wanted to hold on to her commitment. She said that they married for eternity, so she did not want to give up. She said it took her years of being it took her years of hearing mean things from Cody and being alone to where she finally felt like, okay, you know what? I'm needed in Fair Wine. Like, that's what would be best for our business. But for her to actually feel like, you know what, it's okay. This is okay. I can make this move and I can leave Cody. She said it took her a long time to feel that way. That she put everything into her marriage that she could. Back with Cody, we watch another clip, and this clip is the clip where Meri, Cody, and Robin sit down at the land, and Meri tells Cody that she is basically officially done and ready to move on. The clip shows Meri tell Cody that they have a lot to talk about, and Cody says that they have already had those discussions, and where they stand has been made clear. And Meri responds, yes, it's very clear. It shows Meri in a confessional repeating what Cody told her. Don't you understand, Meri? What you want will never happen. Your life is not something I want to insert myself into. I have no interest in having a relationship with you. Back at the land, Cody asked if she had thought that they could reconcile. And she said yes, that all these years she thought that they would reconcile. And at minimum, get to know each other all over again. Cody tells Meri that she wants something that he cannot give her. The times have changed. What was there was nativity, not nativity, not nativity, naivety. Like he was naive in their relationship to believe that he loved her, I guess. He's like, yeah, times have changed. Like we're not what we were. Even back then, it was naivety. Meri tells Cody that he was not clear about where they stood up until or he was not clear about that up until their last anniversary. That he never told her that this was a definite. Them not ever being together was a definite. We see Meri in a confessional say that she was never completely that he was never completely upfront with her, and he even gave her hope at times. She said their first anniversary in Flagstaff, they went out. He told her that he was ready for them to work on the relationship, and he even cheered to a new beginning. She said to see him later say that she can marry another and he wouldn't care was very hurtful to her. Now, back at the one on one, Sookie asked Cody, how did their relationship get to that place? And Cody says he and Meri had a conversation the day before in private where they were both made aware of where things were in their relationship and where things stood. Cody said Meri has an expectation of their relationship, what type of relationship she wants, and the type of love that she wants. But he has a different type of love and format for her. He said he told Meri he can't give her what she wants, but if she wanted them to fake the relationship, then he would put more effort into faking their relationship. But he cannot give her anything real. That's a little wild. Meri, she is once again talking about Cody breaking up with her at their anniversary in April. She told Cody that because he is done and he has no desire to try, that this was something that they needed to let the public know that they were not together, that they were not going to move forward as husband and wife. She was like, we really need to put this out to the public. But he did not want to do that because he did not need the criticism. That's what he told Meri. He's like, no, 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 we don't need to go public. I don't need the criticism. So that was in April. They had the discussion. He told her what it was gonna be, but he did not want to go public with it. But then in September, she saw the clip, the episode where Cody said he does not consider her a wife, and if she wanted to get married to someone else, she would not get any pushback from him. So I'm like, I don't understand this. Like, I don't understand how you don't want to go public with the fact that you and Meri are not together, but you're saying all these things that you said on TV. Like, we knew that. Like, the whole world knew it because of the things that you said in your confessionals. But you're like, oh, I can't tell the world. You already told us. So I'm confused. So the scene at the property where she's like formally breaking up with the family was filmed about a month after she saw that clip of Cody. She said she did not feel it was fair that Cody would not go public with where they were in their relationship. Sookie reminded Meri that Cody did go public. She's like, no, he did go public. And Meri's like, well, he didn't tell me to my face, though. And I felt like I was owed that. Like, he owed it to me to have that conversation with me rather than me having to see it on the TV. And I do agree with her there. I do agree that, like, that was your first wife, man. You owe it to her to tell her to her face and her not have to see it on the TV. Now, Janelle says she doesn't know why Meri stayed around so long and that she would not have stayed around that long. She said it's been apparent the status of the relationship for a long time. And Sookie tells Janelle that Meri said Cody never told her. And Janelle is shocked. She's like, well, I just assumed that he did because he's told me so many times. Like, he's told me that they would never be anything so many times. So she says she just assumed that Cody told Meri. And that if he did not share that information with Meri, then that was a very unfair thing to do. Sookie asked Meri if when she saw the clip of Cody saying, oh, I don't consider her a wife, she can marry someone else. She said, did you pick up the phone and call Cody and like talk to him? And Meri said, no, because I don't feel like Cody would have listened to me. And then Sookie says, y'all listen to this. Sookie says, well, isn't it not so much about him hearing you and more about you being heard? Is that not the same thing? I don't know. Is that not the same thing? Let me find it. I'm like, I think that means the same thing. Sookie's like, so She's like, "So did you pick up the phone and call Cody and, like, ask him about this?" And Mary's like, "Well, no, because I don't feel like Cody would have listened to me. I don't feel like he would have heard me." And Suki says, "Well, isn't it not so much about him hearing you, but more about you being heard?" What? I'm Am I tripping? Because I think that was what are we talking about here? Does this not mean the same? Let me see if I can find it. Mary, confused. I know, sit down, Suki, and think about what you're saying.
So I don't need that kind of criticism. He says I don't need.
Okay, pass that. Pass. Commercial. All right, that's a commercial. Hold on.
This week was a big one.
Even though I've watched all the commercials, let me see if I can get past that real quick. All right. Yeah, I don't know. You guys pray for, I think it's Las Vegas, Nevada. Did you guys see this? University of Nevada, Las Vegas campus on Wednesday. Active shooter. Suspect is dead after multiple victims are wounded and hospital is alerted for mass casualty event. God, y'all, I can't even with this. So I don't want to send my kids to school anymore. You guys just pray for them, please. I saw this about 30 minutes right before I went live. I saw this. So right before I went live, and now and first it was like an active shooter in progress, and I just saw that they're saying that the shooter is suspected to be dead, and the hospital was alerted for a mass casualty event. All those parents that have children there. Can't even get back to the reality TV. Okay.
Going to be in a marriage with you. This is never going to move forward. And I said publicly. So that was in April, her wife referring to me. He and I did continue to have a couple, correct.
And that's where you had an issue.
I was owed that. I was owed him having that conversation that he had with you. It was scenes that I showed right here.
I don't really consider myself married.
I'm still trying to process it, and I need to fix. It's been apparent.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
But isn't it not about?
All right, right here. So let's watch this clip of Suki basically asking Meri the same question, but she just words it differently. It's very confusing.
Really?
Mm-mm.
But isn't it not about him hearing you? Isn't it about you being heard?
Oh, my voice will be heard. I will no longer be silent.
And that was some weird, like the Meri, the whole, oh, my voice will be heard. I will no longer be silent. I was like, that was weird. That was like scary. I'm scared of what Meri has in store. Like, what is she going to tell us? My voice will no longer be silent. I will be heard. I'm like, okay, Meri. Okay. Was that not like some type of like psycho scary movie bit right there, the way that she said that? But I'm glad. I'm glad that that's some Darth Vader stuff. Yeah, I know, right? She thought she sounded smart, pitiful. Yeah, she said the same thing. It was like, I know, like she knows where the bodies are. I know, right? Yeah, the way that Meri said that was just so wild. How do y'all send them to school without panic attacks? My baby's going next year and I can't handle it. So my kids go to a very small school. We live in a very small town. So I don't worry so much about them. But like that's why I could never move to the city. My baby brother grew up in the city and I worried about him all the time because I worried. Okay. Anyways, that was the end of this week's episode. And I said, Meri responds in some weird psychotic way. Oh, my voice will be heard. I will no longer be silent. Next week, Cody says he has often thought of himself leaving Robin and being with another wife and looking at that woman and saying, I don't love you. I'm in love with another woman that I left because I was too much of a piece of crap to manage the relationship. Okay. Sookie asks Meri if she still considers someone a sister wife. We don't hear her say it. But Meri says, no, I don't, because to be a sister wife, you must be married to the same man. And I am a single woman. We see Robin crying, saying that she sees somebody as a sister wife. I guess Meri. She's like, yes, I do see her as a sister wife. So is Janelle, and so is Christine. Mind you, Christine is engaged at this point. Robin is saying that she sees Christine as a sister wife still, even though Christine is literally engaged at this point. You guys remember Robin said that you are considered like a sister wife up until you do the deed with another man? Well, I don't know, but I guarantee. I don't know for sure, but at the point of engagement, I feel like Christine probably has done the nasty with David. Okay, hopefully, anyways. Christine says no, she does not think Robin has any desire to live a plural marriage. We then see Cody saying that Christine doesn't know diddly about Robin at all, that she was a crappy sister wife. She didn't take the. He says, I don't think Christine knows Robin at all. She never took the time to get to know her. She was a crappy sister wife to Robin. And I hope that she will probably be a very good wife to David. Okay. Christine says that she has looked back and dissected her relationship with Robin, but Robin is the type of person that loves drama. She loves the drama and she loves talking about the drama. We then see Robin crying, saying, I'm sorry, I just don't know how to let this go. And this isn't me just being dramatic, Christine. We see Sookie ask Janelle if she's excited about the engagement. Janelle is smiling from ear to ear and says she is super happy about Christine's engagement. Cody says that Christine has to destroy his character. Y'all, listen to this. Listen to this. Cody says, Christine has to destroy my character, or else David won't feel like he can marry her if she left a good man. You guys really think, Cody, you've been left by 3 of your wives. It's on national television that you suck as a husband. I don't think Christine has to prove anything to David because you've put it on national television that you suck. 3 wives left you. Like, Christine has to destroy my character. No, boo-boo, you did it yourself. After like 18 seasons on TV. That was all you, boo-boo. Christine didn't do that to you. You did it. Anyways, that was like the wildest thing. And here's the thing. I know, is Cody drunk to believe these things? Like, what is happening? Here's the thing. Some men are like, do you think Cody really is, do you think David's really sitting there like, tell me all about Cody. Is he a piece of crap? I need to know. Because if he's not a piece of crap, then I can't marry you. I've never gotten into a relationship and my new man asked if my ex-man was a good guy or not. I need to know because if he was, I can't be with you. That's just dumb and stupid. You know what I'm saying? He destroyed his own character. Exactly. Anyways, we then see Sookie sitting down with Christine and she introduces David. As Christine says, you're going to meet the love of my life. So next week's episode is for sure to be a good one because Robin, I don't know what Robin's saying, but she's like, this isn't me just being dramatic, Christine. And I'm like, but you are dramatic. Like the world says that, which is fine. I'm dramatic too. So no hate. Own it that you're a PIMP and you're dramatic. No, I'm just kidding. I'll never understand how Cody got anyone to marry him. I think he's changed through the years. I think Cody maybe earlier in the day wasn't as as he is now, or as yuck as he is now. I don't know. But that's where we're at, you guys. Next week, we will do the part 3 recap. I'm interested and what's going to happen, what's going to go down. And I cannot wait to meet David. I mean, we've seen him on IG and stuff, but I'm super excited to see him actually sit down, enjoying the couch, and talk with Christine. And I hope Suki asks, but she probably won't. So, David, do you feel like you could not marry Christine if she left a good man? Because David will probably be like, no, doesn't matter to me. I mean, he could have been a great man, but they just outgrew each other. Here's the thing: you can leave a great man because you outgrew each other because you guys were just different. You had different desires moving forward. They were all worried about her leaving and taking the money and causing the show to end. Yeah, that definitely didn't happen. When he was younger, he was like the Saved by the Bell guy, almost cute, almost. So to a bunch of little young church girls, I bet he was fire. Yeah, if you look back at his older pictures, he was a decent looking guy. The hair has thrown him off a bit. But back then, yeah, he was decent in my opinion. Yeah, so that's this week's recap, you guys. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I'm just mind blown at some of the things these people say. It's like wild, But anyways, we're gonna do next week's episode next week. I'll try to get to it Monday, but I've been having a lot happening. Also, you guys, last night I finally got to record the podcast. This has been trying to do this for many, 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 many weeks. And last night I got home kind of late, and I was thinking about doing the recap last night, but I was like, you know what? I'll just go ahead and we'll record the recap. We'll record the podcast. So the podcast for the Mothership Explorers YouTube channel has been recorded. This is our first, podcast. And we talk about managing children when you have one child that has ADHD and you have other children that do not, and how you parent them differently. If you parent them differently, and if so, how. And then we also talk about social media for teenagers and teenagers. If it's allowed, should you, and this is just, my opinions and the host's opinions. So I had a good time recording it last night, just kind of talking and chatting, reading the questions and answering them, just talking about it. So I think it's going to be a little bit like an hour long. So that's going to go up this Saturday. So the plan is, and I may not be able to always record, but when the host of the podcast, Lauren, the hope is to have a podcast up every Saturday on that channel. So we're hoping you can listen to it on like Spotify, hopefully, but you can listen to it on the YouTube channel. So I will not be there every week, but we're hoping to have an episode up every week. There's also a Reddit page that she's made just for this channel. So if you have any questions or anything that you guys would like us to talk about, you could go to the Reddit page. I got to get the link. You can go to the Reddit page and you can leave comments and stuff. You can leave questions if you want us to address it. So every Saturday, we hope to have an episode of a podcast up. So that's that. You guys make sure you follow that page. I'm excited about that. It's been on, we've been trying to work on this, and she's had other people that were supposed to record with her that didn't get to. So last night, I just kind of was like, I'm just going to sit down and do it. So we got the one episode recorded. So that'll be out this Saturday, you guys. And I'll make sure to remind y'all. And I'll get a little clip to play to y'all just to give you guys a little bit of a snippet of, what's on the episode. Anyways, you guys, leave me your thoughts. Like, share, subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.